So we've just heard some really bizarre news. Australia aren't just part of Asia now, they're specifically part of Southeast Asia. AFF have confirmed this somehow.
Yeah.
Obviously AFC sanctioned that. So what it means is that Australia, for football purposes, are now part of Southeast Asia. Eco, what the hell?
Oh, it's a tougher Suzuki Cup next year, for one.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, it's provided that Australia will be participating in the Suzuki Cup. It will really be a tougher competition, considering that you have one of the top nations in the world joining the AFF. It will be a stern test, and yeah, one good reason. We have a Southeast Asian nation in the World Cup and in the Asian Cup so far.
I would have gone with Southeast rather than questioning the nationality of Australia. but NJ, do you think from also from a women's perspective, that has ramifications as well? But will this be a case of everyone trying to level up to Australia, or will this be a case really of things leveling down because now Australia is just going to dominate?
I feel like, well, hopefully everybody will try to match Australia.
But really?
But I feel like we don't have the resources and just the resources. So let's just hope for the best.
Can anyone think of any practical football reasons why they would want to do this?
Not one bit.
I think that answers that question.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. It's not only bizarre, it's crazy. It's personally, it's idiotic.
Destroys
Come on.
competition.
I don't see any other reason why they had to put Australia down to our level, Southeast Asia. It's so hard enough already for us to move up to the World Cup. Okay? Like what NJ said and what you said also earlier, I just want to reiterate. Only two things. One is for the other Southeast Asian countries to level up to Australia, or two, Australia goes down. Because I don't know, we don't know yet. This announcement has just been what, today?
Yeah.
So we haven't heard yet any about the others. Even if it came from a Congress, maybe some of the other countries were outvoted. We don't know what happened in the votation, if there was a votation at all. So let's just wait for the next few days for further news regarding this. Because if you ask any Tom, Dick, and Harry from the streets, but please ask about football to people who know about football, no? People who know where Australia is, not just anybody, you know. But I cannot fathom the idea why it was done. Maybe they say the main purpose maybe is for the rest of Southeast Asia to move up the level. But right now, I don't think anyone can go up there except maybe for Thailand. As much as Thailand, maybe a Singapore or Vietnam. That's it. But everybody's going on a roller coaster now. I mean, every country in South Asia are changing their teams. They're putting a lot of under-19s, under-23s for their senior side. And here comes the big blow. You put Australia with Premier League players and all compared to local leagues in South Asia. Come on, I mean, I want to see what the explanation is. I mean, what's the reason behind all of this to put Australia down? I wasn't even in favor of when the AFC, when in Oceania, when they put down Australia to the Asian.
Yeah, to give history for those fans who don't know, Australia lobbied to be part of the Asian Football Confederation, so they'd have a better chance of qualifying for the World Cup. So they'd always qualify through Oceania, but because of the teams there, they only had half a slot. So meaning that the winner in that area would play off against, I think, the 4th place or 5th place in South America. So they'd have a very difficult knockout leg against them. Whereas moving to Asia gave them a very, very good chance, and I think they've just qualified again, of getting to the World Cup again. From a women's perspective, Karen, how do you think that will affect Southeast Asia?
I really don't know because like everyone was saying, it's hard enough already. Just the level of for women's that I know of, like Myanmar, and we're talking about Southeast Asia, lang, no? Myanmar, Thailand, who are the other good ones? They're kind of Vietnam, but their level of play is quite far from the Australians, the Australian national team. So I don't know how it's gonna go. Let's
Very
see.
far. Well, it's very far because the previous, was it under 16? Was it?
Yeah, EFC.
These are 15, 14-year-olds, and they can play against our malditas. The level's too far.
Yeah.
Far.
For now, I mean.
For now, yes, it is very far, but
Yeah.
it's either development or killing development. That's it. That's the only way I can see it. You know, it's ang layo talaga. Napakalayo ng level. I was working for the under-19, I was working the under-16. And I see the number one, physics.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Physical.
Compared Australians to the other Southeast Asians.
Sorry, I thought you were meaning like the natural movement of the stars or astrology based in Australia.
Shorthand.
Ah,
Physical.
physical. Great.
You see, that alone says a lot. I mean, the under-16 was claro, very clear that no one was going. If anybody was able to score against Australia, that's going to be a big deal already. It's just like you won half a jackpot already just to score against them. I mean, they were huge. Captain Mo was 14-year-old, and she was stocky and all. Then when you see the Filipinas, the Myanmar, who else was there? The other countries that were participating. No freaking way. Now you put in the women. It's like, let's put it this way. Personally, I see it like it's the national team playing against a grade school team. You know, grade 7, grade 8. That's how far it is. College, national team. College versus, you know, these 21, 22-year-olds against, let's say, 12-year-olds. That's how far it is for now in the Philippines. Okay? But like I said, during the under-9, under-16, the level, skill level, technique also for the other countries is still below par.
Let's hope things improve. There's now a huge
updates.
bar that's been set there, and yeah, let's we'll let you know what happens with the news. Just follow us at FTW Sports.